My name is Spencer Jay VanVranken. I was born in July 3rd, 1931, and at that time, the home, we live in actually Bemis Heights, New York. Bemis Heights was actually almost like a port for the boats or barges that went up and down the canal. My grandfather on my mother's side owned a general store, in which people stopped at from the canal, and also there was a place called the Bemis Heights House, which actually was a restaurant, bar, and hotel. Remains of the canal are still visible, and you could see them from the road, the main road, Route 4 and 32. Going south from Bemis Heights, you look across the farmer's field, across from my house, and you can see where the canal is. Heading north from Bemis Heights, when they built Route 4 back in 1955, there used to be a dirt road all the way from Bemis Heights to Schuylerville, and they replaced that with a U.S. Route 4, nice road. And still on the left side, there's one spot on Route 4 where you get a heavy rain, and the water from the canal that's there comes over the top and out across Route 4 was the overflow from the canals, and that went down through to the river. And they're just on the north side of my grandfather's store. It was actually a little bridge that took you over to the house, which is still there. It's an apartment house now, but the only way you could get to that house was across the bridge. And when Route 4 was built, they eliminated that place where the water runs out and cut a new path for it to go to the river on the north side of that house. And as you look out on the river, towards the river, you look up, and the backdrop of that is Willard Mountain. So we were very fortunate to have that location. And this property where I lived was once my grandfather, George VanVranken, that owned I guess he owned about 7 acres right there along the river. As I say, was born in 31. What used to be Route 32 and 4, I believe. Just as you start up the hill, that's where the Bemis Heights house was located. But up in back of that was a one-room schoolhouse that actually had 8 grades in it. There was one teacher, had 8 grades, no running water. You had 2 outhouses, a job of one of us kids, and go down and get fresh water down actually at the Bemis Heights house, which was owned by a gentleman by the name of Lester Sharp at the time. And we'd go down and fill the bucket up and bring it back up to school. You had one dipper, and everybody drank out of the same dipper. And I was there till grade 4. In fact, that when I was going to school, the runoff of the old canal still was going strong, and there was little falls. And then in the spring, we used to go down and where the little falls are, go out in the middle of it and cut suckers. Fish would swim up, and you go out and reach down and pick them out of the water. Never ate them, but had fun getting them.